Hi, welcome back to Sinisum. This movie name will be revealed at the end. Please watch till the end. The Maz family has been good looking for several generations. They're respected by numerous because of their beauty, which in turn makes them a lot of plutocrat. The eldest son, Akis, is an internet influencer. He has millions of followers because of his aesthetics, and is also considered a love practitioner who helps men impress their crushes. The father, Paker, used to be a heart swell who dated further than 1,200 girls before meeting their mama. Meanwhile, the mama can also be considered handsome because of her mannish features and an egregious mustache. Incipiently, the promoter Kulin is the youthful son and the most seductive of them all. The family has gotten used to their life as people with good aesthetics. Except for Kulin, who struggles to live typically because of his handsomeness. He frequently wishes he was only mildly seductive. That way, he could go out without being chased by a crowd of women every time. Girls go crazy, pass out, pull their hair, and frequently get nosebleeds on getting a look at his seductive face. As a result, he has no way had genuine commerce with a girl. He avoids going out in public as much as possible, and has been home less until now. Kulin has no musketeers he can talk to other than his pet fish. He frequently plays cards with it and talks to it out loud. His family watches him through a camera in solicitude. They want him to have a normal teenage life and try their stylish to help him. Akis constantly shows him Filmland of girls, trying to hook him up with someone. Still, Kulin says that his type in girls is someone who doesn't like him. He wants to be seen for his personality and interest, not his face. When nothing works to motivate Kulin to go out, the family takes it a step further. They plan to fake fiscal problems and guilt him into going to an academy. One night when Kulin wakes up to drink water, his parents pretend to be bothered about their finances. They dramatically declare that they will only eat climbed eggs for breakfast until they earn enough plutocrat for Kulin's homeschooling. He feels awful to be causing his parents so important trouble. The coming morning, he declares that he'll be going to academy for the forthcoming semester. The family is overjoyed until he mentions that he'll only go to an each boys academy. Although they would have preferred him to be suitable to talk to girls, they're happy to take one step at a time. Many days laterally is Kulin's first day at an factual academy. Akis drops him off on his bike, but Kulin doesn't take his helmet off. He plans to wear it the entire day to hide the fact he is handsome. Still, the plan backfires when the helmet grabs further attention than he intended to. Kulin still sits down in the last seat, but is called out by the class bully Sidi and his pets. When the school teacher enters the classroom, she too is surprised to see a Joe with a helmet. She urges him to take it off right that moment. Although reticent, Kulin has no way but to oblige. He sluggishly takes the helmet off in a dramatic way, revealing his face. In the ensuing scene, the school teacher is being loaded into an ambulance. It turns out that she started to nosebleed and wheeze because of Kulin's beauty. The other kiddies complain to the star that the new pupil is too handsome to handle. Kulin runs through the hallway to go back home, but is tripped by one of the bullies. They bring him to the academy's stockroom and introduce themselves like they're Power Rangers. They're called the Tig Attack, a group of 3 bullies led by Sidi, the star's son. After the over-the-top preface, they reveal that they need Kulin's help to ask a girl out for hop. The group has been in the elderly time of academy for the once 3 times. They refuse to graduate until Sidi goes to the hop with the most beautiful girl of the BBM Academy, Amanda. Still, she only accepts requests from handsome men, so the group wants Kulin to deliver the offer. They assign an innocent Joe, Kaibo, to help Kulin and lead the way. Kaibo has also been a victim of their capriccios in the history, and is obliged to do what the bullies say. Subsequently, Kulin goes to the star's office with Kaibo to make an sanctioned complaint about bullying in academy. Kaibo knows what the outgrowth will be, but he still accompanies Kulin. The star is troubled by his son refusing to graduate. Since Kulin's beauty gives him a chance to take Amanda to the hop, the star wants them to do whatever the bullies say. That evening, Kulin and Kaibo decide to complete the task the coming day and get relief of the responsibility. Kaibo is the first person who has shown kindness to Kulin, unconnected to his beauty. Although the day didn't go as planned, he's happy to have gained a friend. The coming morning, they go to the BBM Academy where the girls smell the presence of the boys. They're strict about not allowing unattractive boys to enter the academy domain. Hence, when they notice Kulin wearing a helmet, The entire academy asks him to take it off. In an apocalyptic scene, Kulin takes the helmet off, and mayhem ensues among the girls. Only a many hours laterally, the news makes it to the TV. Clips of girls crying, bleeding through their tips, getting held, and jumping around are being participated all around social media. Kulin starts being known as the too handsome to handle Joe. The hottest pupil of the BBM Academy and model named Amanda also hears the news and is incontinently smitten by Kulin. He's the first Joe who matches in beauty and status with her. She incontinently makes it her charge to impress him. When the news becomes huge, a crowd of girls gathers in front of the Ma's hearthstone. The family starts charging them plutocrat for a house stint. Kulin, who's hiding in the thoroughfares, sees his family on the news. He feels betrayed and used by his own people. When they call him, he refuses to come home and feels indeed sadder when his pet fish is mishandled and killed by the excursionists. He's now on the roof of a structure hiding from the maniacs chasing him in the thoroughfares. Suddenly, a girl appears behind him and inquires if he is going to jump off the roof. Kulin looks at her in shock because she doesn't bleed from her nose or pass out on seeing him. The girl refuses to talk and simply walks down. Kulin is so nervous that he can hardly speak. The hassle makes his day a lot better. A while laterally, he calls Kaibo, who picks him up and invites him to his home. He and his grandmother welcome Kulin to stay for as long as he wants. On walking into Kaibo's room, he sees 2 rare collectible playing cards and is amazed by them. They realize that they partake several common interests, and playing card collection is one of them. The following day, they visit the Each Girls Academy to look for the girl from history. While they're at it, they also meet Amanda and give her the lines of the offer transferred by Cede. Amanda pretends to be unimpressed by Kulin's beauty, but after he leaves, her nose bleeds profusely. Kulin sees his crush on the stairs, but the other girls girding him don't allow him to meet her. For the coming many days, Kaibo and Kulin do everything together and come stylish musketeers. One autumn, Kaibo takes Kulin to play futsal, where he constantly goes to meet his crush, Rear. After the match, Kulin notices the girl from the roof working at a shop hard. He cannot help but gawk at her. Just also, Kaibo arrives and introduces Rear to him. Kulin discovers that she's also Kaibo's crush, who he was talking about earlier. The two feel to be enough close, which makes Kulin jealous. He can hardly fall asleep that night because the feeling is new and confusing to him. Also, he remembers Akis is a love practitioner and fixes a meeting with him. When they meet the following morning, Akis breaks down crying gashes of happiness. He had been staying for the day to give his family advice on girls. Kulin has forgiven his family for dealing him out to his suckers, because if that hadn't happened, he'd have no aim at Rear. The sisters also go shopping for groceries, while Akis lists out the points of effects Kulin should do to impress his crush. As Kulin follows Akis's suggestions, he registers he's far from knowing Rear like Kaibo knows her, but he still doesn't want to give up on his first love. One autumn, Amanda comes to the boys' academy and hands Kulin an assignation for her birthday. Alongside it, she also gives him a phone as a gift. Laterally that day, Kaibo, Kulin, and Rear go to karaoke. Ultimately, Rear and Kulin get to sing together. While Kulin is agitated to duet with her, Rear only focuses on Kaibo. He soon registers that she also likes Kaibo back. The disclosure makes his heart crumple in covetousness, so when Kaibo isn't around, he bluntly asks her if she has a crush on him. Originally, Rear denies it, but when Kulin lies about Kaibo being in love with Amanda, her face drops. Her expression is enough to confirm his reservations. After returning home, Kulin calls Amanda and asks her for a favor. She happily agrees to do anything he says. The coming day, several people gather at the venue to celebrate her birthday. When Kulin and Kaibo arrive, Amanda welcomes them. Strangely enough, she seems to be more interested in Kaibo than in Kulin. She indeed pulls him away to talk to him in private. At the same time, Rear arrives at the party and sees Amanda kissing Kaibo. Agonized, she runs outdoors. Taking advantage of her vulnerability, Kulin confesses his passions for her. Rear thanks him, but claims that she saw him as someone more than a friend. Indeed, after conspiring against his only stylish friend, Kulin gets nothing in return. The group of bullies also see Amanda kissing Kaibo and are maddened with covetousness and wrathfulness. They beat Kaibo up for it, while Kulin watches from hard, too spooked to intrude. Laterally, he brings Kaibo home and dresses his injuries alongside his grandmother. Only after seeing him wail in pain does Kulin realize that he has made a huge mistake. The coming day, Kaibo gives him a fabulous card from his card collection that Kulin had been wanting for a long time. Counsel written, Kulin confesses to everything wrong he has done till now. Kaibo is shocked and hurt by the treason. He claims that he'd have left Rear if he knew Kulin liked her too. The words do nothing but hurt Kulin indeed more. At last, Kaibo orders him to get out of the house incontinently. Knowing that he is in the wrong, Kulin simply leaves. He eventually returns home after a month. His family is overjoyed, but the same cannot be said for Kulin. He locks himself in his room and doesn't talk to anyone. But at most of all, he misses his stylish friend. The two bump into each other at times, but Noe partake anything further than a regard. At home, Kulin's mama is upset about his well-being. She approaches him one night and gives him his pet fish that Noe failed. She also tells him that he can go back to being home-lessoned if that's what he prefers. The family only wants his happiness and is ready to do anything for it. Kulin, touched by her words, realizes that he has people in his life who are lodging for his success. This motivates him to make effects right between him and Kaibo. The coming morning, he runs to Rear and tells her everything. Following that, he goes to Kaibo and tries to apologize. Although Kaibo dismisses him at first, when asked about Rear, he starts to describe how important he loves her. Kulin shows him that Rear was hearkening to him on the phone the entire time. That way, he mends their relationship and goes back to being both their friend. Many days laterally, they all go to hop together. Kaibo's date is Rear, while Kulin's date is Amanda. As anticipated, Kulin and Amanda win the title of Hop King and Queen. Kulin hears a girl comment that he's only mildly handsome, and is incontinently drawn to her, indicating the launch of a new relationship. This is an Indonesian comedy drama film called Too Handsome to Handle. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to watch more cine summaries like this, turn on notifications and press the like button to support us.